This is a wonderful occasion, and I'm delighted to be here to celebrate my father. Adam and David, you didn't know that I was also a son of your fathers. He was my intellectual father and my academic father, and he came along at key portions of my life, and I want to relate a few of those. I graduated from Michigan in economics in 1969 and immediately joined the Peace Corps. Came to Teachers College to learn how to teach English as a second language under John Fanzelo, and it was a wonderful experience for me. When I'd finished my Peace Corps experience in 1972, I thought, what am I going to do with my life? And I thought, well, I'll get a master's degree in teaching English as a second language because that's something I enjoyed and I was well trained in it, at least I thought I was. So I applied and was accepted. But before I arrived on campus, I was reading through the catalog and came across this program called Education and Economics under Professor Harold Noah. And I thought, this sounds interesting. So I made an appointment with him, and I found this most gracious, delightful man with a twinkle in his eye, with deep insight into the history of economic thought, which was something of interest to me, but especially in education. And I said, Professor Noah, could I be part of your group? Can we arrange this? He said, I'd be delighted to have you. And so this was my first meeting with Dr. Noah, and it set off a lifelong study of more or less the practical aspects of education. In his Professor Noah's talk, he mentioned human capital, and that became my study, but on a practical side. I've spent a life designing executive compensation plans, corporate strategies for compensation, and all the time, Dr. Noah's sense of rigor and interest in doing things the right way have guided my thought. There were several times that when I was stuck in my career. One of them, I decided that I was a government employee at the time. I didn't want to do that anymore, so I took a 2-year leave without pay from the government, and I better talk fast, and I'll do my New York fast talking. I came back to Teachers College and began work on a PhD, but I was stuck. I would sit for hours at my desk, and I couldn't get anywhere with it, and so I met with Dr. Noah one day. I said, I'd like to do this. I'm working on a paper on civil service compensation in Britain and the United States. And he said to me, and I have this is from my 1985 journal, Harold Noah, a good dissertation demonstrates the mind passing intelligently over the material. That has guided me immensely. And I just want to finish one more thing. With his graciousness, even in seemingly small things, as I would bounce back and forth between Teachers College and the various enterprises that I was interested in around the world. So I don't know what the year is, but it's Teachers College, Columbia University, Office of the Dean, 10-8. Dear Bob, good to know you'll be with us on 11/26. Let's lunch together and talk about your plans. 12:15 p.m., we'll go to the faculty club. See you then. Best wishes, Harold Noah. And he was a fabulous man, and he is my father and will always be my father. So thank you very much.